Man, the Harris family just got flipped upside down, and this isn't the type of storm you can sweep under a rug. It all blew up when some private, seriously controversial photos allegedly tied to T's son hit the net like a lightning bolt. Within minutes, socials went crazy. Fans, haters, and everyone in between dove straight into the chaos. The pics were raw, bold, and the kind of thing nobody ever wants plastered across a timeline. The internet wasted 0 seconds reacting. Shock, confusion, and pure outrage took over instantly. King tried to play it cool, moving low-key, but the noise just kept rising like alarms in the night. Then came the real shocker. Word spread that T.I. himself made a move colder than ice. Insiders whispered he straight-up disowned his son, cut ties completely, and didn't keep it behind closed doors. He did for the world to see. Yep, the same man who built his career rapping about loyalty and family values might have just slammed the door on his own bloodline. That twist had everyone asking, how did it get this far? And why did it cut so deep? Let's break down the craziest family scandal shaking hip-hop right now. Because let's be real, the Harris clan wasn't just another family. They were hip-hop royalty. Respected, rich, and seen as solid until the cracks started showing right in public view. T.I., the self-proclaimed king of the South, wasn't just known for bars and business moves. Fans loved him for being a family man with Tiny from Xscape by his side. Together, they built a blended squad of bold, loud, ambitious kids who lit up reality TV, looking like the picture-perfect unit. But behind the scenes, it wasn't nearly as pretty, and that shiny image is now falling apart thanks to one headline after another tied to King Harris. What started as messy Instagram lives of King clowning around snowballed into a full-on circus. From public meltdowns to reckless behavior, he kept trending, but never for anything good. Then came the breaking point, the moment those extra personal photos allegedly tied to him hit the internet. Social media went feral. People didn't just drag King, they came after his mom and dad too. Overnight, T.I. and Tiny went from being praised as model parents to being roasted as failures. And while the internet piled on, insiders claimed the real family drama behind the walls was even nastier. T.I., already exhausted from King's antics, hit his breaking point. One insider even said, "This ain't the first L, but it might be the last." And just when it seemed like the scandal couldn't go any further, King dropped another bomb. News of a baby with an older woman known online as Big Nana. Instead of congratulations, people side-eyed the whole situation. Rumors flew fast. Some claimed the pregnancy was just a smokescreen. Others called it a clout-chasing stunt. Then came the whispers, maybe King wasn't even the father. One viral TikTok pushed it over the edge, showing what looked like a leaked DNA test claiming he wasn't the dad at all. Social media went insane. Memes, think pieces, endless theories. Was the baby drama just a cover-up? What was King really hiding? T.I. and Tiny tried staying silent, but that didn't last. Tiny finally clapped back on Instagram with a family picture, proudly showing the baby and brushing off all the rumors as nothing but clickbait. But by then, the internet wasn't letting go. The Harris family's perfect image had been shattered, and everyone was tuned in, waiting for the next twist. Zonique Pullins couldn't hold back either. She slid onto Twitter with shade so sharp it cut, dropping, "What are you'll find this tea on?" But even with the family circling wagons, the internet wasn't buying the fairy tale reunion photo Tiny posted. Fans swore something uglier was bubbling underneath, especially when that old clip of T's stunned face at King's baby news went viral again. He didn't look proud. He looked rattled, like a man who already knew the storm was coming. And as if the chaos wasn't loud enough, Kodak Black's old comments started crawling back out the vault, putting even more smoke around the Harris name. Back in 2019, Kodak went on IG Live throwing straight poison at T.I. He came reckless, aiming low with insults and even homophobic shots at T's sons. At the time, people brushed it off as typical rap beef, Kodak being Kodak. But now, with King's leaked pics out and whispers of a hidden lifestyle floating around, fans can't help but replay those words like prophecy. Was Kodak clowning, or did he really know something years ago? The thought that his shade might have been a warning in disguise has the internet spinning conspiracy webs nonstop. That's why folks are connecting dots. T.I. probably wishes stayed invisible. Did the family see this train wreck on the horizon? Were the baby shower and maternity photos just a smokescreen for the biggest scandal waiting to erupt? To many, it feels less like family bonding and more like crisis management on full display. The DNA whispers won't die down. The leaked pics keep circulating. And Kodak's old shots feel way too pointed to be dismissed as random trolling. Suddenly, the Harris Empire looks less like royalty and more like a dynasty scrambling to keep its crown from falling. And if you think Kodak's beef was just surface level, think again. That feud with T.I. started when Kodak crossed a cultural line, making crude comments about Lauren London after Nipsey's passing. T.I., always the self-appointed voice of the South, clapped back demanding respect. From there, it turned ugly fast. Kodak didn't just go after T's pride or his wife. He dove straight at the kids, locking onto King like he already knew he was a weak link. Those weren't playful jabs. They were grenades tossed years before the scandal even existed. And now, looking back, it's eerie how much they line up. Even T's own silence fuels the flames. When he fired back at Kodak musically, he dodged every low blow about his sons. Not one bar defending them. Not a single lyric standing tall for King. Fans now wonder if that was strategy, not oversight. Like T.I. already knew those skeletons were too dangerous to drag into the spotlight. Maybe he was buying time. Maybe he was hoping to bury them before the internet unearthed them. But fast forward to 2025, and here we are. King Harris trending for leaked photos, double life rumors, and a paternity circus spiraling out of control. And then came the bombshell. King himself pulled the curtain back, admitting the whole perfect family image was staged. According to him, producers scoop him from his grandma's house just to film scenes of family hustle, then send him right back when cameras cut. That confession shattered the glossy picture fans bought into for years. Turns out, Grandma was more of a parent than T.I. or Tiny, raising him in the shadows while the world believed in the Royal Harris unit. That kind of fractured upbringing under constant lights? It leaves scars reality TV can't cover up. And it explains why King's been unraveling for all to see. From humiliating stunts like making a homeless man do the one-chip challenge, to snapping on corner store clerks, to rocking veneers that had the internet roasting him non-stop, King's antic scream of a kid searching for validation in all the wrong places. The random call-out for a boxing match with Julio had fans cringing, some saying it was just for attention, others calling it reckless in a culture where beef can get deadly. Piece by piece, the puzzle paints a portrait of chaos. Fame plus family pressure plus identity struggles? That's a cocktail ready to explode. But nothing painted the meltdown clearer than the NFL game fiasco. What should have been a simple father-son day turned into a viral disaster. King went off, barking at fans, puffing his chest, screaming he was standing on business. It escalated so fast T.I. had to put his own son in a headlock just to calm him down. That image spread like wildfire, not just because it was wild, but because of what it symbolized, a father literally wrestling his son back to reality. It wasn't just parenting. It was damage control caught in 4K. That headlock snapshot became the meme of the year. T.I., the king of the South, struggling to restrain his own heir from spiraling on live turf. It showed just how far King had drifted from the polished family legacy T.I. and Tiny tried to protect. And just when it seemed like things couldn't get messier, boom, King gets arrested. Cops reportedly found weed in his car, slapping him with a mugshot just days before he dropped a video flexing guns and spitting street talk. That wasn't edgy. That was reckless, dangerous, and tone-deaf for someone already drowning in scrutiny. Meanwhile, T's out here playing a tug-of-war with his emotions. One day, his all-proud dad energy, hyping King as his legacy. The next, he looks drained, exhausted, worn out from the constant circus. In public, he shows love. Behind closed doors, insiders whisper that patience ran dry a long time ago. The family man image T.I. built his brand on is cracking, and the world is watching every fracture. This saga ain't over. It's just heating up. How many times can you tell the world is just going through a phase before folks stop buying it? The truth is, this story ain't just about viral meltdowns or clout-chasing moments. It's about a kid raised under the crushing weight of a last name heavier than any privilege it gave him. King never had that steady, everyday parenting that keeps most kids grounded. While T.I. and Tiny chase fame, locked in studios and cameras, it was Grandma holding it down at home. King was basically winging life solo, learning lessons by fire instead of guidance. And that's why his outbursts sting so raw. When King clapped back online with, "If I'm the ugliest person in the world, what that make you?" That wasn't just sarcasm. That was pain wrapped in a punchline. A kid who's been judged more than has been loved, criticized more than has been guided. That's a tragedy under the chaos. What looks like reckless behavior might actually be a cry for help drowned out by gossip blogs and TMZ alerts. Meanwhile, with paternity rumors, whispers about his private life, and talk that T.I. is stepping back for image control, the father-son distance has never been more obvious. So the question is, did T.I. really cut ties just to protect his brand? Or is he a dad who doesn't know how to reach his son anymore? Either way, the cracks are public now. Every mugshot, every meltdown, every cryptic post slices a wound deeper. And the darkest part? This ain't new. King revealed himself he was mostly raised by grandma, not full-time in that mansion with T.I. and Tiny. That single detail flipped a family hustle fairy tale upside down. To understand the fallout today, you got to rewind the tape back to how the Harris dynasty was built. T.I., Clifford Harris Jr., had the South on lock in the early 2000s. Trap music, urban legend, King, back-to-back classics. He wasn't just spitting bars, he was building an empire. Fashion lines, acting gigs, grand hustle records, reality TV. He crafted the blueprint for success draped in designer. But chasing legacy comes with sacrifices. And that sacrifice might have been his own son. King was born in 2004 already in the spotlight, a celebrity baby before he could even walk. And when Family Hustle aired in 2011, fans thought they were watching a tight, picture-perfect unit. But King later blew that illusion wide open. According to him, the whole thing was staged. T.I. and Tiny would pick him up from Grandma's house just to shoot the show, then drop him right back off once the camera stopped rolling. That confession had people questioning everything. Why would two millionaires with endless resources not raise their son under their roof? Was it neglect, bad parenting, or something darker behind the curtain? Some say T.I. was too booked and busy. Others whisper it was easier to lean on Grandma than deal with a loud, strong-willed kid 24/7. Either way, the scars of that absence carved deep into King. From day one, King came with big energy. On TV, it was cute, funny catchphrases, comedic moments that sparked people loved. But as he grew, that charisma shifted. What fans once called charm started looking like cockiness, arrogance, even aggression. This wasn't just teenage mood swings, it was a transformation. His name stopped trending for laughs and started popping up for reckless IG lives, flashing money, boasting street cred, picking fights online. One day challenging somebody to a boxing match, the next spazzing at a store clerk. Through it all, he stood his ground, loud, unapologetic, untamed. Some fans wrote it off as immaturity. Others saw it as a boy screaming for attention, or was a desperate attempt to impress the very parents he felt disconnected from. And then came the headlock heard around the world. T.I. wrapping his arm around King's neck at a football game wasn't just a father disciplining his son. It was years of tension exploding live. A dynasty's crack showing in real time. That headlock symbolized more than control. It was a father literally wrestling with the weight of everything he couldn't fix behind closed doors. But it didn't stop there. The arrest came next. Weed in the car. A mugshot dropped right after King released a video flaunting guns and talking street. Fans debated. Was he really living that life, or was it all an act gone too far? Either way, it wasn't just rebellion. It was recklessness at a dangerous level. And again, the question echoed, where were his parents in all this? T.I. tried to straddle the line, posting proud father moments one day, then looking visibly drained the next. Torn between love and accountability, his silence screamed louder than his words. And then came the flood. Leaked pics, private rumors, whispers about identity, even shady speculation about King's real father. Overnight, the Harris brand started dangling by a thread. T.I. built his empire on respect, image, and family legacy. But this scandal threatened to burn it all down. Some insiders say T.I. pushed King back toward Grandma to keep distance between the chaos and the family brand. Maybe he thought the storm would pass. Maybe he thought silence would save the crown. But now, that distance feels permanent, and the world is watching every misstep in high definition. King Harris is standing at a crossroads now. He's not a little boy anymore. Every move comes with weight, with consequences bigger than clicks or likes. Whether he flips the script or keeps spiraling, only time will tell. But one thing's guaranteed: the spotlight shows no mercy. In an age where leaks, screenshots, and viral moments define your life, there's no safe place left to hide. So, is King Harris just another reckless young star burning out too fast? Or is he the byproduct of pressure, neglect, and a world that was waiting for him to collapse since day one? Drop your take in the comments. And if this breakdown hit you different, smash that like button and subscribe to start.